What's up guys, it's time for your weekly dose of urban news. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update, and as always, a massive thanks to my awesome Patreon supporters and everyone else who keeps this going. After quite a long break, we start with news from the United States. In Massachusetts, they launched the South Coast Rail, which for the first time in 65 years connected the southeast of the state with Boston and has been under construction since 2019. Now trains connect Boston with cities within an 80-kilometer radius, and 6 new stations have been built in the process of developing this line. On weekdays, there will be 15 pairs of trains to Fall River and 17 to New Bedford daily. However, on weekends, the number of trains is reduced to 26 combined pairs in line with lower demand. Previously, Fall River, New Bedford and Taunton didn't have direct rail service to the state capital, so now the situation has improved significantly. To operate the line, they purchased 16 double-decker rail cars from Hyundai Rotem. And if I understand correctly, these are those new wagons, although it's hard to say from their appearance that they are brand new. In Malaysia, they announced that the long-delayed LRT-3 metro project in Kuala Lumpur will finally open on September 30th. Construction of the 37-kilometer line is 99% complete and is due to be handed over to state-owned operator Prasarana Malaysia. The cost of the project, which was $2.2 billion when the work began, has increased in 2 years to about $7.2 billion. As a result, the construction of 5 stations was abandoned and 1 was cancelled completely, reducing the project cost to about $4 billion. In the coming months, the line will be tested in 2 stages, at first by the general contractor and then by the state-owned operator. Meanwhile, in Dijon, France, they presented the general concept of a project to connect the south of the city with existing tram lines. In total, the city analyzed 11 different options and chose the most effective one. The project proposes to create a tram line connecting the Dijon Cap Nord Business Park with
Chenauve Porte du Sud.
The new T3 line will be over 10 kilometers long, 1/3 of which will share tracks with T1 and T2 lines, which will save on construction works. The investment is estimated at less than 200 million euros over a 40-year lifetime. On the one hand, the Dijon metropolitan area has adopted a climate and biodiversity plan which aims to reduce the number of cars using its territory by 10%, but on the other hand, the 2 existing tram lines are overcrowded during peak hours. So that's why the city authorities are proposing to create a 3rd tram line partially based on the 2 existing ones. By the way, in general, the city's current public transportation network makes 180,000 trips per day, half of which are by tram. And there are almost 156 trips per capita per year, which is higher than the national average for cities of the same category. However, implementation of the project will depend on the results of the 2026 municipal elections. In Potsdam, Germany, was presented a new Tramlink tram model, which is aimed to significantly upgrade the city's tram fleet. These cars are 100% low floor with a length of 42 meters. They are about 12 meters longer than the previous Variobahn trams and can carry up to 246 passengers. In total, the city ordered 13 of these trams at a price of 4.67 million euros per unit. Solaris has signed its first contract in Bosnia and Herzegovina, where the Sarajevo Canton Ministry of Transport has ordered 10 Trollino 18 articulated trolleybuses, which are scheduled for delivery in mid-2026. And with this order, Bosnia and Herzegovina will join the list of 36 countries where Solaris vehicles are in operation. In addition to traditional trolleybus drives, the Trollino 18 for Sarajevo will be equipped with batteries, which will allow allow them to cover distances up to 20 kilometers without being connected to the overhead lines. The tender for the purchase of these trolleybuses was held and financed in cooperation with the European Investment Bank. The new train produced by Marco Polo Brazil, which I mentioned the other day, has left Brazil and is the first of 3 units that will renew the rail fleet on the 88-kilometer line in the Maule region between the cities of Talca and Constitución. With an investment of $15 million, these new trains are designed for 80 seated and 140 standing passengers. They have a maximum speed of 80 kilometers per hour and are equipped with ergonomic seats with armrests and pull-out tables, independent air conditioning in each car, wide doors, and USB ports. The investment also includes construction of a new maintenance depot in Talca, which is currently underway. The current Manferro-style railcars have been in operation since 1962 and were declared a national monument in 2007, but their age finally have made it necessary to replace them with modern trains. The new car will first be tested on the line, and passenger transportation is scheduled to begin in the third quarter of this year.
A few moments later.
And when this video was already finished, I came across the footage of the new train arriving at its destination in Talca, so here it is. And that's all the news for this time, so thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.